Hello friends, my name is Mahadev and I recently joined PowerGrid Corporation of India as an executive trainee in finance. As asked by Ashwini sir, on your behalf, I am here to discuss with you the strategies and policies that I applied during my preparation time and how Debit Guru helped me with all of that. Just to give you a brief overview about myself, I'm just like one of you. I cleared my CA in May 2019, immediately joined a Big Four firm in the stat audit profile, worked for approximately a couple of years. In fact, PowerGrid is the first PSU exam that I have given. I secured 6th rank in the unreserved category. Along with PowerGrid, I've also given a Valley Lignite Corporation and I also cleared that. Now coming to the main part, my preparation. During my preparation, I noted that the pattern followed by PSUs would be the same. There's a professional knowledge section for 60 to 70%, and the remaining 30 to 40% is just general aptitude. And there's also 0.25 negative marking, which has become common these days. But before you jump into preparation, I suggest you take a look at the number of questions. For example, PowerGrid has 170 questions to be completed in 2 hours, whereas Naval has around 120 questions to be completed in the same time. So technically the pattern is the same, but the way you approach it would be different. One requires time management, completing 170 questions in 120 minutes, whereas the other might be complicated questions, tricky ones which might be time consuming. This is just my observation, but you have to give it a thought. Also, during your preparation, I strongly suggest you do not overemphasize on a single subject, but actually touch upon every subject there is. I've noticed most of my friends focusing too much on non-technical part. Please don't do that. It's simple logic. In the time you spent learning one new concept in math or reasoning, which by the way covers just 30%, you can brush up at least 10 concepts in the technical portion, which is 60-70% of your exam. Since this section is already covered during our CA preparation, it should be just revision, right? So even within this section, don't be fixated only on solving problems. Try to cover the concept as a whole. For example, let me take Ind AS. Don't solve problems on Ind AS. Cover the definitions in there, the scope, the objectives, the carve-ins and carve-outs. Those are the things which make a difference. The only problem with this technical section that I see is it's pretty vast. But you can face it, by spending more time to it, by spending more time, practicing it. That should do it. Be honest to yourself. Nobody knows all the paragraphs of an Ind AS, all the sections in an act, stuff like that. Nobody knows all of that. Just try to remember it. If it's possible, it's good. If not, just leave it at that. In my case, due to my office work, I could not spend so much time for preparation. So I purchased the Debit Guru package for 6 months. One thing I particularly liked about Debit Guru and Ashwini sir is their exam-oriented methodology. The material actually doesn't go super deep, but actually it touches upon all the key concepts. After that, I also covered the chapter-wise MCQs available in the ICAS study material, both IPCC and final. That along with the chapter-wise summary in the material, Debit Guru material, gave me a conceptual confidence, I should say. I suggest, and wherever possible, stick to the subject-wise syllabus given in that advertisement, or refer to the past papers of the same PSU or different PSUs, just to get a hang of the knowledge they expect from you guys. That will help you avoid waste of time. That's pretty important. Since PowerGrid does not specify the syllabus, I refer to the past paper analysis for Coal India, BHCL and other PSUs on Debit Guru and prepared accordingly. That helped me, understand what they require from us. What should I prepare for the exams? And the non-tech part is pretty straightforward. Reasoning and quants can be prepared easily, from bank exam materials available on the internet. That's actually not a problem because, most of the questions are pretty straightforward. You know, time and distance, time and work, puzzles, number sequences, stuff like that. Don't stress yourself too much on the non-tech part. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, if your exam does not focus too much on non-tech, if it does not have any cutoff for non-tech part, you might as well entirely focus on the tech part, the technical part, because that can score you pretty well. So depending on your exam requirements, your strategy changes. Another important aspect I would like to remind all of you: please don't lose focus on your goal. These are tough times and it's pretty easy to be distracted. My sincere request to you is stop worrying about everything around you. Don't worry if COVID will delay your exam. Don't worry if the number of participants is too high and the number of vacancies are too small. Don't worry if you don't get the chance to prepare completely till now, etc., etc. You still have a lot of time, and believe me, even 15 to 20 days is sufficient if you are willing to put in your 100%. Debit Guru or any preparatory website for that matter can only take you to a certain extent. The rest is all in your hands. You have to put in the efforts to get the results. In my case, I actually benefited from the delay created by COVID because I got the time to regularly prepare. I prepared on weekends. That kept up my motivation levels. And if you have excess of time, just use it to ensure that you complete the exam in time. The time management skills. Do a full-fledged test series. If you are done with one, do another. Keep on doing that till you're pretty confident on yourself that you can complete the exam on time. And finally, I would like to say just one thing. These exams keep coming regularly, and if not this one, you will crack the next one. So, written exam, please don't overstress yourself. Just take it easy. And when it comes to interview, I would like to thank Ashwini sir for actually providing me mock interview, 2 of them actually, before the actual interview. The molding is pretty specific. The technical round and the HR round, both of them done together. So I've received some really good inputs which I incorporated, and thanks to them I'm here today. And I'm pretty sure with these tips that I'm giving you right now, you will be able to crack it too. Take care and good luck.